That was before the invasion. I can't tell you the exact date, but it was before the invasion. The Liberia was before December 1989.
Okay. One last question. Will you and others, including some witnesses who have appeared before the commission, said that Tito saw the Banjul conference as a betrayal and an attempt to undermine his efforts, and that was the main reason why he did not attend any of the subsequent conferences, and he refused to join the interim government at the time. And one of the reasons to refer to is the letter Commissioner Boo tries to allude to, that letter written severely at the time had suggested that because he was at a point of weakness. Okay. The point I'm trying to get to is that Taylor's refusal to join the peace program, the interim government, was because he thought Banjul was intended to upstage him.
I can say that I told you what I was told. That Mr. Mubin said in no uncertain terms, we hear that there's going to be the landing of an African force. If that force lands, we will consider this that they are going for war, in which case we are not going to participate in peace talks. That was what they said, and that was what I went by. Anything else about betrayal and whatnot, I do not know. My refusal to join the interim government had nothing to do with the position of the NPFL. It had to do with differences in Banjul. And those particular differences came, quite frankly, between my good friend Baranta and myself. But the details, as you will.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Madam Erin Johnson Sirleaf, President of the Republic of Liberia. We want to thank you very much for taking valuable time off your valuable schedule to come and support this process. We have just ended your testimony, ma'am. But before you leave, is there a final word you want to leave the Commission with and the people of Liberia who will be hearing these proceedings in subsequent broadcasts?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner, I just want to say that I was part of the group that endorsed the idea of a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, because we truly believe, and I still believe, that the first step toward healing our nation's wounds is a process of contrition and forgiveness. You started that process. It hasn't been as smooth or as good as we'd have wanted it. Some people have been truthful and conformed to the requirements of what we expected. Others have used the platform to accuse wrongly, to tell untruths, and to try to take away from what would really be the process of true reconciliation. I hope that as you go through all of it, you will help us to be able to find the real truth based on the documents that you will have before you, based upon the testimonies and the consistencies as you try to go through all of them to see where there have been those who have taken away from the process, and that the end result that you will give us will be a first major step toward true reconciliation, so that we can at some point put behind us this divide that has plagued our country from the time of its beginnings. Because without that, we are not going to be able to have the sustainable growth and development that we all seek, until everybody in this country feels like they are a true stakeholder, that they have access to the same kind of opportunity and social justice as the other one. will never achieve our development goals, no matter how strong our economy or how good quality the leadership. So I look to you to help us in that regard as we move to the next step. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President.